Court does call the case of Augusta Woods versus Shalisa Floyd. Shalisa Floyd? Is there a Shalisa Floyd? There is no response. If you'd like to proceed, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor. Your Honor,
Go ahead,
with respect to Ms. Floyd, based on my client's books and records, the rent to retain is $694.64. Costs are $179 for a total of $873.64. We'd requested a default judgment enter in that amount with a writ date of November 17th.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that's by default for possession, redemption amount, and the amount requested with the writ issued 10 days. Augusta Woods versus Rachel Lindbergh and William Lindbergh.
Daniel Landman for the plaintiff.
Rachel Lindbergh, William Lindbergh. We have no response. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on my client's books and records, the rent to retain is $1,643.40. Costs are $218 for a grand total of $1,681.40. We're requesting a default judgment for possession only with the writ date of November 17th.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, and the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Augusta Woods versus Eric Roden.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Teresa Robbins on behalf of my husband, Richard Robbins. He works evenings,
right.
So.
Eric Roden and Richard Robbins Jr.
Yes.
All right. Where is this? That's your husband?
Richard Robbins. Eric Roden no longer lives in the home.
All right. Okay. And Mr. Robbins is at work? Is that?
No, he works evenings, so he's asleep.
Okay. Well, you're not on the case, but I'll let it go ahead. Mr. Landman.
I'm sorry.
Your Honor, my client is currently showing a balance of $2,610.74 plus cost of $218 for a total of $28,2874.
Ma'am, how are you guys intending on getting this paid?
We intend on paying approximately $1,100 next week, and then the following week having it paid off on the 19th.
So $1,100, what day are you going to pay that?
We get paid next Wednesday, which is the 12th.
All right, I'm going to put in the file $1,100 by the 12th. I'll adjourn this out 1 week to the 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. All right.
Okay.
I suggest that you contact maybe plaintiff's counsel's office or your landlord, see if you can arrange some type of conditional order, dismissal, or other arrangements to pay the balance.
Okay, sounds great.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Augusta Woods versus Patrice Tishma and Phyllis, is it Terwillinger?
Daniel,
go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like Ms. Tishma and Ms. Terwilliger are not present. Therefore,
That is correct.
Plaintiff moves for the entry of a default judgment for possession only. Based on my client's books and records, rent to retain is $1,511.83. Costs are $218 for a total of $1,729.83.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Beal Properties versus Courtney Goff.
Daniel Landman appearing for the plaintiff.
Courtney Goff, no response. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is also a non-payment action based upon my client's books and records. Rent to retain is $1,530. Costs are $175 for a total of $1,705. Writ date of November.
Okay. Judgment to the plaintiff. That's by default for possession, redemption amount, in the amount requested. Writ issue in 10 days. Beal Properties versus Emery Oaks.
Daniel Landman appearing for the plaintiff.
Emery Oaks?
Present. Hello.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, plaintiff is claiming back rent of $3,095, costs of $175 for a total of $3,270.
Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I would like to propose a payment and repayment schedule. I am able to submit a $500 payment today. And on the following 15th of every month, I would like to pay $1,000 along with paying the rent originally agreed upon by the 30th or 31st of the month.
All right. Well, here's what I'm going to do. You'll either need to contact plaintiff's counsel or contact your landlord directly to see if that payment plan will work for them.
Okay.
I will adjourn this out for you to do that to the 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. You're to pay the $500 to them today. If it's
Okay.
not that, the date that I just set is an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse.
Understood.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of Beal Properties versus Jose Campos. And Jose Silva and Gabriel Silva.
Your Honor, the court hopefully has in its possession a proposed dismissal. Plaintiff moves to dismiss without prejudice.
Okay. All right. I will dismiss that case. That's without prejudice. We don't have it though, do we? Okay. Beal Properties versus Jennifer Hazelbaker Rollinson and Casey Field. Hazelbaker Rollinson or Field, neither are present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Plaintiff moves for the entry of a default judgment for possession against these tenants. Based on my client's books and records, rent to retain is $4,414. Costs are $214 for a grand total of $4,628. We'd request a writ date of November 17th.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days. Investors Realty Group versus Alexandra Streety.
Daniel Landsman appearing for the plaintiff.
I think I see Miss Streety here. Okay. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, plaintiff is showing a balance of $3,674 as well as costs of $175 for a total of $3,849.
All right, Miss Streety, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Hi, I am working with SOS and I applied with SER, which is pending. I was off of work for a surgery, so I'm getting actual checks. I have just about $900 I could pay today. I was emailing with Colleen Kennedy yesterday because SOS said that my tub has to be fixed before they are allowed to do any assistance. My tub fills up in 2 minutes and it takes over an hour and some change for it to drain.
Got it. So there might need to be some repair issue.
Yeah, and SOS said that until the repair is finished, they can't provide any payment.
All right. And Mr. Landman, if you could have your client check into that tub issue.
I'm gonna submit the through the portal, I guess you submit it. I was kind of confused when everything switched over from my landlord to this, from John, and John was aware of the issue and I talked to him about it multiple times, but I don't know if he passed that on to them, but they are now aware because I messaged them.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this to November 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. You'll need to come down to the courthouse. Get the $900 paid to the landlord today. Okay.
Okay.
And there's a form that came in your packet called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put your SER tracking number on that and submit that to the court by next Wednesday.
Okay, will do.
All right.
All right.
Hey,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Manchester Manor versus Joyce Schroff.
Daniel Landman, appearing for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Schroff, no response. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on my client's, well, actually, Your Honor, I don't know if we have submitted it. I believe we may have. Faxed in November 6th at 1:30. There is a proposed consent judgment terminating Ms. Schroff's tenancy. The consent judgment provides that her tenancy may continue as long as she refrains from allowing her son, Thomas Pratt, to reside with her or visit within the community. She is also comply with all community rules and regulations and pay costs. The proposed consent judgment was faxed yesterday together with an advice of rights.
Okay, we don't have that yet, but
I can read.
what I will do, I will grant a judgment along those terms for possession. And then once we receive it, I'll sign off on it. Understanding that.
I will email it to Ann as well as the defaults today so that.
All right.
Judgment.
All right, very good. Thank you. Court calls the case of Showcase Investments versus Daniel Boyd.
Daniel Landman, appearing for the plaintiff.
Boyd? Oh, she's here. I see her.
He's here.
Okay, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, plaintiff is showing a rent arrearage of $9,003.76, as well as costs of $175 for a grand total of $9,178.76.
All right, Ms. Boyd, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I have submitted an application with the SER. I also have been in contact with Hawk.
Okay,
I had, when the balance was lower, I had contacted Hawk and they said I needed to have a eviction notice in order for them to help.
well, okay. Well, you also have to get this balance down to around the $3,000 framework in order for that type of assistance. How many people are in your household?
There's 3. It's me and my 2 daughters.
Okay, and so that you're aware, if you weren't aware, that if they gave you the maximum SER, you're only gonna get about $620 of this, $620 of this, okay?
Okay.
If you weren't aware of that.
No, I
All
wasn't.
right, well, so what you'll have to do is you'll need to submit a form that came in your packets, the rental assistance form, put your SER tracking number on that and submit that to the court by next Wednesday.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
I will adjourn this to November 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. Is there anything that you can pay before that date?
I just paid $750 on the 5th.
Okay. You paid that 2 days ago.
Yep.
Okay. All right. All right, we'll see you on the 14th.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Oak Tree Residential versus Brittany Hill.
Good morning, Ellis Frickman for the plaintiff, Your Honor.
Ms. Hill,
This is Brittany Hill.
Oh, got her. She's not labeled.
your name, ma'am? Because you're
Brittany
not
Hill.
labeled. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Total, including costs, is $4,073.40, $4,073.40.
All right. Ma'am, how were you intending on getting this paid?
I actually filled out an application to get rental assistance to DHS and the Hawk.
Okay, and also, so you filled out an SCR?
Yes, sir.
All right. In your packet that was sent to you, there's what's called a rental assistance form. You'll need to fill that out, put your tracking number on it, and file it with the court by next Wednesday. You understand that?
Next Wednesday, yes, sir.
And how many people are in your house?
3.
All right, just so that you know, an SCR, if they give you the maximum amount, is only going to be about $620.
Correct.
Okay. So between, I'll grant an adjournment for that process to take place. Is there anything you could pay before next week?
I have a check coming next Tuesday. I planned on paying some, and then I get our survivor benefits from Social Security on the third Wednesday. I also plan on paying that whole check to them too.
All right. So next Tuesday, how much do you think you can pay?
I'm planning on 1,000.
About 1,000? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that in the file.
Okay.
And that's gonna be on the 11th, but I'll put the 12th.
Okay.
I will adjourn this matter out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m.
3
Ma'am, that
p.m.
is an in-person hearing, so you'll have to appear at the courthouse for that hearing if it's not all paid.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Lakestone Apartments versus, is it Chotavia? Is it Muscat? Was that it for Mr. Freeman? It was.
May it please the Honorable Court, Steve Gann, P 78219 for the plaintiff.
Not checked in.
Muscat? And I do not see him. My staff has told me they have not checked in. If you'd like to take a default, please raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor. At this time,
Go ahead.
there is currently due and owing $13,343.60 in rent. There is $337 in court fees for a total of $13,680.60. And we prayed for a money judgment on this, so I'd asked for a money judgment on this matter. I got an email from my client a few minutes ago that they turned in the keys, so this is down to a money judgment at this point.
All right. And that amount, I'm sorry, counsel, was 13,000.
The total amount with court fees, $13,680.60.
Got it.
Thank you.
All right. Judgment
And to the best of my
plaintiff,
knowledge,
that is by- go ahead, sir.
I just complete the record for you, Your Honor. To the best of my knowledge, the defendant is not in the military, not incompetent, is over the age of 18, and otherwise able to attend the hearing today, and the property is kept fit for its intended use.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession and money. Redemption amount is in the amount requested as well as money judgment.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, I'm sorry. My network is out. I am here.
What is your name?
Shartavia Mushat. It
Okay.
blanked out as soon as you called it. I apologize.
Okay. My understanding, at least, what I've been informed is you turned in the keys.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're surrendering possession of the premises?
Yes, sir.
All right. Very good. And there is also a money judgment that the plaintiff's requesting for, I'm assuming, rent owed in the amount of about $13,680.60. What do you have to say about that, ma'am?
So I actually back in October of 2024, I went to the office to pay my rent, and I had legal advice coming from legal aid that Mr. Gann was privy to. I had a neighbor who I had a PPO against. She had a lot of different violent acts that she had committed against my family and myself. And the office in turn tried to evict me in the situation. And when legal aid, the attorneys from legal aid reached out to Mr. Gann, there was no answer. But I was told when I went to pay my rent in October 2024 not to do so. And I do have a video of that, of the leasing manager. I went to drop my money order in the box, and she stated, "We are not accepting your rent." And so there was no
Well, that's
correspondence
because there was a
between-
term, that's because they were going to try to terminate your tenancy if they were coming after you.
But then there was no correspondence after that at all. That was the last thing I was told.
So, ma'am, are you claiming that you don't owe this money?
Yes, sir.
All right, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set this matter. Give me a Tuesday, the 18th.
Yes.
I'm gonna set this matter for final settlement conference. Likely we will be, if we can't resolve it at that point, then I'll be setting a trial date. I'll set a final
Okay.
settlement conference for November 18th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is an in-person hearing, so you must appear at the courthouse.
Thank you, Your Honor.
November 18th at 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I did want to also state that, again, that Mr. Gam was reached out to, my attorney at that time. He said he did not receive any correspondence back. He wasn't really sure what to do at that point. We tried to meet with the office and do all kinds of different things. That unit that I was
Ma'am,
living
I'll
in.
hear all of this on the 18th.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you, Your
good one.
Honor.
Lakestone Apartments versus Lafita Thompson.
May it please the Honorable Court, Steve Gann, P 78209, appearing for the plaintiff on this matter.
She's here.
Ms. Thompson, she's
Yes.
here. Where's-
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, there you are. Okay, I'll need a camera, ma'am. What?
Be
Mr.
quiet.
Gann?
At this time, Your Honor, there's currently due and owing $776.59, 776.59, 212 in court fees for a total of $989.59, and majority of this is made up of utility bills.
Got it. All right, Ms. Thompson, what do you have to say about this?
I don't believe I owe all this money because I just came to court paying all this stuff August the 1st. So I'm going to go back to my legal aid attorney and have him to look over all my stuff, and my papers say that they are only asking on my court papers is $309.70, and I don't understand where all the rest of it come from. So
All right, if you're going to seek the advice of counsel, I'm going to adjourn this out to next week. I will adjourn it to November 14th, 2025, 2 p.m. That is an in-person hearing, ma'am. Should talk with your counsel, and you do have to appear at the courthouse.
okay,
Thank you.
thank
Your
you.
Honor, Your Honor, would it be possible to make it at the same time as the other case on November 18th?
No, only because I set that for a final settlement conference, so it's
Sure.
advanced.
Okay,
All
so
right.
it's the 14th at 2 p.m.
Yes, yes, sir.
I believe
right.
that concludes
Thank-
my morning
thank
call,
you.
and I'll be back this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hamptons of Clover Lane versus Stephen Shelton.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sumchit Hart P69542 on behalf of Hamptons of Clover Lane.
This is like a bad penny that shows up and it's now coming back again. So, I mean,
Like the
well,
money
okay.
off,
Okay,
like-
bad penny. Bad penny was a bad thing. I didn't mean to put it that way. Anyway, good morning, Ms. Hart.
Good morning, Your Honor. Plaintiff moves to dismiss Mr. Shelton's case. A dismissal.
All right. That case is dismissed. He is Mr. Hart. Shelton, I'm sorry. He signed off. Okay. So he probably heard it was dismissed and got out. Hamptons of Clover Lane versus Troy Williams.
Sumchit Hart on behalf of Hamptons of Clover Lane. Likewise with Mr. Williams, we're dismissing his case as well.
You broke up there, Ms. Hart. You're breaking up.
Oh, I apologize, Judge. We're dismissing Mr. Williams' case as well.
All right, Mr. Williams, you have any objection to that?
The only concern I have is that the case was filed after I paid, so I'm thinking that a refund of court costs might be in order. The case, according to the
When
stamp,
did
was
you pay?
I paid on the 16th of October, and the case
And
was
it was
filed.
signed off on, I understand that, but it was signed off by the attorney on the 14th.
Okay, no objection, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Court calls the case of Hamptons of Clover Lane versus Claire Updike.
Sumchit Hart on behalf of
Ms. Updike, there you are.
Yeah.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case, including court costs?
including court costs, Your Honor, $3,511.37.
Ms. Updike, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I've requested a hardship withdrawal from my 401k. It's going to take a few days to process, but I also get paid on the 15th of November. So I should be able to pay in full with late fees and court costs on the 17th of November.
Okay, you think you can pay everything by the 17th?
Yes, sir.
All right. Ms. Hart, I would adjourn this to the 14th, or given what she said, do you want me to try to put it out to the 21st? Whatever your pleasure.
Judge, I'd respectfully request the 17th or the 14th.
The 14th? Okay. Okay, ma'am, if you get your hardship withdrawal from your 401k, I marked a file that that's what's happening here. If you get that paid over to the landlord, whatever portion of that you have, okay?
Yes, sir.
And then what I will do is I'll set this for an in-person hearing for November 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. That is an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse, okay, ma'am?
Will do. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. That it for you, Ms. Hart?
I believe so, Judge. We've submitted some additional dismissals.
Okay, they probably took them off then, or they're probably at the end, so we're good.
Okay,
Alrighty.
Your Honor, have a great
Thank
week.
you.
Good to see you.
All right, good seeing you also. Is there more?
Yeah. She's got the one in
Oh.
your hand plus these.
You, Miss, where is she? So she does have.
She has 4 more cases, the one in your hand plus these here.
All right, send her an email. Court does call the case of Arbor House versus Trayvon Modoc.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sidney Katz on behalf of plaintiff.
Modoc, they're not here. If you'd like to take a default, raise your right hand, sir. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this is a non-payment rent possession case. There's second mainly by the court. At this time, requesting default judgment. To the best of my knowledge, the defendant is not in the military, a minor, or unable to stand trial. To the best of my knowledge, the property is being kept habitably. Currently, there's a balance due, including court costs totaling $1,860, requesting a default judgment in that amount with writ to be issued after November 17th.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession, redemption amount, any amount requested, writ to issue 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir. Court does call the case of Arbor Manor versus Jamaica Jones.
Good morning, Your Honor. Parissa Gazari appearing for plaintiff.
I'm here.
Hello, Ms. Jones. All right.
Hi.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, the outstanding balance is $2,841, which includes court costs.
Ready? And Ms. Jones, how were you intending on getting that paid?
Your Honor, I stated that it was $119.71.
119.
So it was $1,971.
All right. So you're about 1,000 off, but what's your monthly rent?
The monthly rent is $657.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If I take that amount, I'm just approximating numbers, plus your court costs, I'm going to get up to around the figure that plaintiff's claiming. Are you looking at your total at the end of October, not including your November?
Yes.
Okay, so the number that plaintiff is giving me, because we're in November, is what you owe through November.
Okay.
Okay. So in any event, how are you intending on trying to get this paid?
I applied for the emergency thing through DHS. I also have $1,100 in money order. The reason why I haven't paid for it was because they have not fixed anything in my house that I put in order for.
All right. So you have repair issues?
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to require that you file a written answer with the court. You need to file that written answer by November 13th. You need to provide a copy to plaintiff's counsel of that written answer listing out your reasons for why you haven't paid the rent. I will adjourn this matter out to November 14th, 2025 at what? At noon. That is an in-person hearing. You must appear at the courthouse. There is also a form in the packet that you received called a rental assistance form. If you've applied for SER, you need to fill that form out, submit it to the court. That form needs to be in the court by next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Okay, thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Cherry Hill Administration versus Dion Ragland.
Marissa Gazeri for plaintiff.
They're trying to unmute. She's staring at that screen, willing to unmute. All right. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Ragland.
Good morning.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, the outstanding balance is $9,749, which includes $175 in court costs.
All right. Okay, Mr. Ragland?
Yes,
All right. How are you intending on getting that paid?
I have money orders stating that I have paid up, and I have documents to send to the court to show that I have paid rent.
Okay, so
I have paid $8,280 of money orders that I have, plus my security deposit and a cleaning fee that they charged me for.
okay, I just want to make sure I'm following you. You say that's a total amount you paid since you moved in?
Yes, what they say
Okay.
that I owe.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
The total amount since 12/24.
I have a money order from 12/04/24 stating of when the last time I paid rent up until now. I have money orders to show that I have paid.
Okay. So just so that I'm clear, you, based upon what you're telling me,
Yes.
you're saying you paid everything except about $1,500 of this.
Yeah, so whatever,
Right?
yeah, whatever, yeah, they just, yes.
Okay. All
I
right.
can send the email over to you guys today to show the courts.
Well, I don't know that we're going to be able to resolve it
Okay.
today.
Okay.
Okay. If
No
if
problem.
you've got all of those money orders, what I'm going to need
Okay.
is for you can send a copy to the court. I'm still going to adjourn the case out. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
So if you want to send a copy to the court, you can, and I'd suggest that you do, and also send a copy to the attorney's office for the plaintiff, for your landlord.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
So that everybody can begin to compare numbers. I will adjourn this out to November 14th, 2025 at noon.
Yes.
At 12 noon. That's an in-person hearing, so I'll need you to come down to the courthouse. And I think I'm pretty good at math, so I can look at it and try to figure out where we are. All right?
All right. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For the email.
Okay.
Can I have
We'll see you
the
then.
email? Can I have the email?
I'm
sent
sorry?
to the court? Can I have the email?
Yes, can you put that in the chat for them? We'll put it in the chat for your worker that's there,
Yes.
Ms. Horton.
Yes, good
We'll
morning.
send that. Good morning. So we'll put it in the chat for the email for him to get the documents to us.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you guys. You guys have a great weekend.
All right, you too. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Forrest Knoll versus Samaya Charles.
Marissa Gazeri for plaintiff.
This is Shemaya Charles.
Okay, hello, Ms. Charles.
Hello.
All right. Good morning. What is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, the outstanding balance is $816, which includes court costs.
816?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Charles, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Well, they got 622 on October 13th. I had the receipt right here, and I only owe them 344 for October, and I have the money order right here that I can drop off to
Okay,
the
I gotcha.
office. Yep. So I don't owe anything except for November's month. So once I give
Okay,
them
so
this other money
hold
order.
on, Ms. Charles. You were moving fast there.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. What's your monthly rent?
My monthly rent is $297.
297, okay.
Yes.
And then, so you got about 300 that of monthly rent. You're gonna have court cost in this because November's not paid. And so you're saying their number is off?
Yes. Because
Well, you have a balance though from, you have a balance from November or from October that you haven't paid, right?
I have from September and October that I have not paid. I was 2 months
Okay.
behind. Yeah. No, I take that back. It was August, September, and then I had owed October when I got this notification. So I technically owed them 3, and that came out to be 966 from the paper that's right here.
That you owe.
Yes, that I did. Oh, yep. And I gave them 622 on October 13th.
Okay.
And then I
And
just got
so
this
you're
printed
gonna
out.
be about 300 short.
I got the 300 right here for October, and I know I still owe for November.
Okay, hang on. You're about, I'm just looking at the numbers that the plaintiff has. So you got about 300 that you owe them, but you got the money for that. And then you're gonna have about another 300 for November.
Yes, sir.
And then you got court costs on top of that. So
Well,
it
how
looks
much is it?
like, just ballparking this number, it looks like it's about right, or it is right.
That I still owe 800?
Yes. So once you pay, just listen, once you pay the 300 that you got in your hand,
Okay. Well, I'm not even talking
that
about
number,
that,
hang on, that number is gonna go down to about 500. If you pay your November rent, that number is gonna go into the 200 range or whatever the costs are, and that's what you're gonna owe.
Well, how much is court fees?
Okay, well,
175.
175.
And I have to pay the court fee?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's different. Okay.
Okay. So you see where the number's coming from?
I mean, I guess so. I don't see why I have to pay a court fee and they want me to come to court, but you know, I guess I'll do what I gotta do.
Well, that's because you didn't pay, that's because you didn't pay your rent, but you gotta pay it.
I mean, I'm gonna pay my rent. Regardless, I'm gonna pay the rent. That's fine with me.
Okay, you're gonna have to pay the court costs. If you want me to order it, I'll order it. But listen, Miss
I
Charles.
understand, Your Honor. I understand.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
How much you're gonna get the 300 or whatever you got in the money order over to them?
Yes, the 344. Yes, for October.
Okay. So when is the next time you can make a payment after you get that over?
I won't have no money until next week for November month.
Okay. So what day next week you think?
I want to say next week, either Friday, Thursday or Friday. I'm not entirely sure, but the latest is
Gotcha.
Friday.
All right. So what I'm going to put in the file is you're going to pay the 300 to them. I'm going to adjourn this out to November 14th. That's next Friday,
Okay.
2025 at noon.
Okay.
Okay. That's an in-person hearing. So you'll need to come down to the courthouse.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And we'll see you then so you can argue with me in person.
All righty. That
No.
sounds good to me, Judge.
Wow. Wow. She just said, okay, I'm coming to argue. All right. Okay.
I'll make sure I'll be there at noon on the dot.
Yeah. All right. Yes, ma'am. Have a good weekend.
You as well. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Forrest Knoll versus Nicole Kuhn. Forrest Knoll versus Rosalind Lett.
Carissa Gazeri for plaintiff.
Oh, she's here. Okay. Hello, Miss Lett.
Morning.
And what is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, the outstanding balance is $1,253, which includes court costs.
Okay. Miss Lett, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I have a check coming next Wednesday. Should be about 500. And then the rest I will DoorDash. I'm just asking for 10 days. I was completely irresponsible. It's my fault.
Wow. I don't usually get that. Okay.
Yeah,
So-
I went negative on my cards, and then so it was taking my checks, and so I was just getting pushed back.
Okay.
But it's
all
my
right, so
fault. It
let's-
was my fault.
Okay, let's work it out. You're gonna have 500 next Wednesday, the 12th. Okay, and then you're gonna need additional time to pay that other amount?
And I would DoorDash the rest. Yeah, I'm just asking for 10 days. Yeah.
All right, well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn it out 1 week. Let's get the 500 in.
Okay.
And then we'll see where we go from there, okay?
Okay.
So I'll adjourn it out to November 14th, 2025 at 12 noon. Okay?
Okay.
That's an in-person hearing, so you'll have to come down to the courthouse to appear. And then we'll see where we go with the rest of your case. Miss Irresponsible. All right?
Thank you.
No, let me quit. All right, you take care. We'll see you then. River Drive Apartments versus Ann Marquette.
Marissa Gazari for plaintiff.
Man, I think Miss Marquette is here. And Miss Marquette, I cannot hear you because you're muted.
There we go. Can you hear me now?
I can. And good morning.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing
All right.
well.
All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, the outstanding balance is $3,912.46, which includes court costs.
All right. Miss Marquette, how are you intending on getting this paid?
All right, Your Honor, I have a hardship with Fidelity, and they told me it's coming in on the 15th. I get paid on the 13th, and I can give them around $700 then. The Fidelity check should be around $2,000, and then 2 weeks after that, I get another check that should make that caught up. And I've also
Okay.
applied for assistance.
Okay, so you applied for what, the state assistance?
I applied for state assistance. I applied for Vincent de Paul. I applied for Red Cross, and I applied for Hawk.
Okay, so let me just get this right. You'll have 700 on next Wednesday, you think, right?
Wednesday or Thursday, yes, sir.
Okay, so I'll just put the 12.
Okay.
You'll have the 700. You've got another check you think coming in when?
On the 15th, I'm drawing a
Okay.
hardship off my 401k.
Gotcha. So you got the 401k.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do is I'll adjourn this out to November 14th, 2025 at 12 noon. Okay, that's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to be down at the courthouse.
Yes, sir.
What you're also going to need to do is in your packet, there's a rental assistance form.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fill that rental assistance form out with the information, particularly regarding the SER.
Yes.
And it needs to be filed with the court by next Wednesday.
No problem. I will drop that off later this afternoon, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Thank you, attorney.
All right, thank you. Have a good weekend. Thank
Bye-bye
you.
now.
Bye-bye. River Drive versus Jalen Grant. That matter's dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a wonderful day.
You do the same. And Ms. Hart is back. Onyx Real Estate Solutions versus Jennifer Smith.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sumption Hart on behalf of plaintiff. Plaintiff moves to dismiss this matter.
Okay, that's probably why. Miss Smith, you're here. Oh boy, she got a big smile. Miss Smith, Miss Smith, you have any objection to that? No, she's not even gonna unmute. She's just smiling and she's saying no. All right, case is dismissed. You have a great weekend, Miss Smith.
It please the court, Keith Vincent, P 41633, appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Farha Properties.
Time or Wilson? They are not here. If you'd like to take a default, raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you solemnly swear a firm testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing
I
but
do.
the truth, so help you God? Go ahead, sir.
I do, Your Honor, yes.
All right. What do you wish to do with this?
We'd request that a default judgment of possession be entered. Rent to retain is $2,700 per month. There is currently owing $5,400 in rent, including the current amount of rent for the month. In addition, there is $2658.26. I apologize. I'm reading from my other monitor to the left of me here. $2658.26 for the water bill. So that is a total of $8,058.26 plus court costs with a 10-day notice.
Okay, what's the total amount you're asking for inclusive of court costs, sir?
Oh, I apologize, Your Honor. Hang on one moment. The staff usually does this for me and did not this morning. Total rent to retain $8,183.26.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ issue in 10 days.
Very good. I'll have my office submitted immediately. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Lori Anderson versus
I have
our
one more
money
matter,
lineman.
Your Honor.
Yes, I just called it. Lori Anderson versus our money lineman.
Yes, you did.
Hi.
And again, may it please the court, Keith Nathanson appearing on behalf of Lori Anderson, who's also present in the place instead of Sam Jarbo, the attorney of record.
Ms. Lyman, are you here? You are here. Okay, the problem with this case is that I'm not sure why we have this case. There's already a case pending, a non-payment case that's pending. This is a new non-payment case. Ms. Anderson submitted a dismissal after we had gone through on the record that I wasn't going to dismiss it because Ms. Lyman objected to the dismissal. So I'm not even sure why I have this case. So the only thing that I can do on this is I'm just going to set this for, it's for a decision on the other case, which is inclusive of rent, right?
That is correct.
I'm just going to adjourn this case to November 18th, 2025 at 9 a.m. That's an in-person hearing, just to have it tag along with the other case. Again, not understanding why I have two. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sue Morris versus Patrick Myers.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ryan Sweeney appearing on behalf of the plaintiff, Sue Morris.
Patrick Myers. All right. Yes, sir. This is a termination case.
That's correct, Your Honor. There's no written lease. It's a month-to-month tenancy between mother and son.
Okay. And Mr. Myers, what's your position on this?
I'd like to contest it and request a trial.
What's the basis of your claim? I have to have something that I'm going to try on the case.
How much time do we have, sir? Long story short, my grandfather years ago agreed to help me purchase a house. During the search, he got dementia, went downhill fast. My mother was able to trick him into putting the name into her house before we closed.
Okay, I'm not gonna go into all that right now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set it for a final settlement conference, November 18th. November 18th, 2025, 9 a.m. That is an in-person hearing, so you must come down to the court. I'm going to require that you file a written answer to the complaint. You're to file that by the 14th of November.
I would request time to be able to get an attorney, sir. I found out about this last Wednesday.
That will give you more than a week to get an attorney on this, sir. I'm not setting it for trial, but you need a written answer by the 14th.
Written answers. Okay, okay. I'll find an attorney and I'll get that for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
26 Wabash LLC versus Jayla Ware.
Honor, Vaso Karpatsakis on behalf of the plaintiff.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, Ms. Ware. All right. What is your claim inclusive of court costs?
3 months of unpaid rent at $1,500 a month, $44.90 for the process server, and $135 filing fee, for a total of $4,679.90.
Ma'am, how were you intending on getting this paid?
I just got my car back together, so I just started back going to work.
I'm sorry?
I said my car just got back right. I'm just now going back to work. So maybe in the next paycheck. And the rent is not $1,500 a month, it's $1,400 a month.
I can't hear you, ma'am. You need to turn on your camera, please.
You hear me now?
I can hear you. You're very muffled.
Okay, is it better?
Not much better. What I heard, and I think I heard everything, is that you're just going back to work?
Yes.
Have you arranged anything with the landlord regarding payment of this?
No.
All right, you probably need to reach out to them. Have you sought any assistance in the case, either from Hawk or from SER or anything?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Which one?
Hawk.
You called Hawk?
Yes. I just got the court papers last week.
What I will do is I'll give her the week adjournment. You'll have to file, if there's some assistance and you have a tracking number, you'd have to file that with the court by next Wednesday. I'll adjourn this to November 14th, 2025 at 2 p.m. That is an in-person hearing. So it'll need to be down at the courthouse.
Thank you, Your Honor. Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you, sir. Woodview Commons versus Clarence Hester.
Daniel Landman for the plaintiff.
And also Leah Hester. I think we had it two here. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, plaintiff is showing an outstanding balance of $11,588.57, costs of $214 for a grand total of $1,802.57.
Ms. Hester, how are you guys intending on getting this paid?
Good morning, Your Honor. I submitted documentation. I emailed it to be added as exhibits. I'm the co-signer of the apartment for my son. He has been moved from the apartment since August, which Woodview Commons was made aware of via email. I actually reached out to them and asked to do a payment arrangement. And at the time, they had wanted like $10,000 for a lease termination fee. I asked it, could that be spread over time? They told me it was all due at once or he would be evicted. So we moved out. Like I said, they received email notification that he was no longer in the apartment in August and that it was vacant. I was told then that the eviction process would start at the end of that week. Never heard anything. I have been reaching out to them even back in October, just, hey, what is going on? And I kept being told we should know something any day, any day. I just was made aware of this court hearing, actually. I think I even submitted that in the email as well. I reached out on Wednesday because I had not heard anything yet, but I had noticed that he was still incurring charges, which it seems like it was the eviction.
Okay, ma'am, let me stop you for a moment. So first of all, the only thing that they're asking for is possession. They're not asking for a money judgment. And it sounds like he's moved out. That's the first thing. But the other thing in terms of whether or not there's payment and whether or not any redemption amount is a correct amount, I don't know. And based upon what you're saying, there's going to be some questions as to that. It may be that this case might be dismissed if they have possession of the premises. But what I'm going to do, ma'am, is I'm going to adjourn this out 1 week to the 14th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Let them look at that. That's an in-person hearing, so I'll need both you or your son present at the courthouse, and then try to get this resolved.
Yes,
I'm sorry?
Your Honor. Is there a way? We're not in the state. We're not local. We live out of state. Is there a possible way that it could be via Zoom or
I
push
almost
out?
was gonna say that because of your accent, but I wasn't gonna say anything about your accent.
Yeah, we're not in Michigan, sir. My son was there for school and I co-signed the apartment. He's not in school anymore. He's not there anymore.
Okay,
So he's
if
back
ma'am,
home.
Okay, if you submit a form to us, we may allow you to appear via Zoom.
Okay, how do I get that form? Do I just contact?
It's on the website for the court, and if you put your email in the chat, I'll have my staff send you.
Okay, doing that now.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You do the same. Augusta Woods versus Evelyn Darby Wright. That matter is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
I'll be back on shortly, Your Honor, with this.
All right, let my staff know, and I'll try to break in so I can get those folks out, but I'll keep going here.
I'll let you know on chat, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, and they haven't, Beal Properties, that's a dismissal, right? Oh, two dismissals. Beal Property versus Veronica Wolkoff and Beal Properties versus Beatrice Perez. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. Scio Farms versus Mark Griffiths.
Morning, Your Honor. Casey Matson, P87729 on behalf of plaintiff.
And good morning. Is he here?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Griffiths?
Yes.
All right. Okay, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $7,408.73. Court costs of $190 for a total of $7,598.73.
Sir, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm not. I have a order of discharge for bankruptcy. And I just got that 2 days ago.
Have you? Okay, well, I don't have notification of a bankruptcy. Why don't you send that to the plaintiff?
Yes, Your Honor. If I could just get the bankruptcy case number.
Case number is 25-45545-P as in Paul, R as in Romeo, H as in Hilo.
Your Honor, if we could just adjourn this matter so we can look into that.
We'll adjourn this matter to November 14, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, sir, unless it's resolved or stayed in light of the bankruptcy. Thank you.
Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
I don't live in Ann Arbor anymore.
Then you need to submit a Zoom form so that we can have this heard via Zoom. If you put your email in the chat, we'll be more than happy to send it to you. Or you can go to our website.
Okay. All right. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Spice Tree Apartments versus Lori Holt.
Casey Matson on behalf of plaintiff.
Lori Holt, not here. You raise your right hand, I'll let you take a default.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go.
Your Honor, we do request entry of a default possession only judgment. I have rent to retain of $3,174.66, cost of $169.00 for a total of $3,343.66 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Colleen Martin.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Got him.
No, I'm sorry.
Colleen Martin. No response, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $2,967.60. Court costs of $169 for a total of $3,136.60 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Spice Tree Apartments versus Fatma Musa.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Musa. He's here. She was here but dropped. All right, I'll just pass that one to see if they show back up. Spice Street Apartments versus Brian Meeks.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Meeks. All right. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $3,224.97. Court costs of $182 for a total of $3,406.97.
Sir, how are you intending on getting this paid?
As sadly, as per usual, Your Honor, I have a closing at the end of this month. That'll cover that completely.
All right, well, you'll have to try to arrange something with the landlord. You can contact their attorney's office or the landlord to see what they're willing to work out with you.
Okay.
I will adjourn this to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. See if you can work something out as you have in the past. All right?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Just a second, Miss Matson. Let me just break in here. Mr. Landman, on the Park at Sagebrush Circle cases.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, were they dismissals or?
All are dismissals, Your Honor. All four, I believe.
Okay, so Noah, is it Skopalak, Kichi Butler, Jeremiah Girock, and Caleb Holly. Those matters are all dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. All right, thank you folks for coming down.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a great weekend.
You do the same, sir. Did Musa come back or no? All right. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Tara Campbell.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Is she here? Yep. Tara Campbell, no response. You may proceed.
Your Honor, what was the case number on this? I just want to confirm.
It, what is our case number? 25-1C 3946.
Your Honor, this is a dismissal. Should have been fixed yesterday.
All right, case is dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Arbor Woods versus Kelvin Jones and Josephine Watson.
Mr. Watson is here. Oh, actually, they're both here.
Oh, they're both here and they're at our access point. We'll send somebody in. Oh, they got
Can
it.
you hear us?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good
Thank
morning,
you.
Your Honor. Calvin.
Good morning.
I'm here, sir.
Yes, we've got you both. All right.
Okay.
What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $626.44. Court cost of $242 for a total of $868.44.
All right. And folks, how are you intending on getting that paid?
Well, first of all, Your Honor, when we first heard that we owed anything, which we've never been late, all the years we've been there, was back on the 10th of last month. However, we haven't had a manager for a while. Our court call, what is not late, our rent is not late. What this is from is we were short a couple of dollars some months ago, and then 1 month we were short $10 because we pay our rent by money order. They charge us an extra $10 each month to pay our rent. So we have spoken to the lady in the office that helped us with this. I have all of her paperwork here. She said we don't owe rent. We're not late on rent. It's just late charges that have accrued from that $12 or $14 each month. They add $55 on the 6th, and then they add another $30 on.
Okay. All right, Ms. Watson. Let
Yes,
me
sir.
stop you here because I can't resolve that today. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this out. I understand what you're telling me. I'm going to adjourn it out to next week, the 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. Since you're already down at the courthouse, you know where to come. So it's an in-person hearing. Come down to my courtroom and we'll see if we can get this resolved.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
You too. Arbor Woods versus Brandon Wilson and Kimberly Slate.
Yes, I'm here, Brandon Wilson.
Okay. You got
Good
it.
morning.
Okay, what is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, we have rent to retain of $3,210.43. Court costs of $242 for a total of $3,452.43.
All right. And Mr. Wilson, Ms. Slayton, how are you guys gonna get this paid?
Yes, I was gonna be able to pay the month for the rent for October. I'm sorry. I know we owe October and we went into November now. So I was gonna be able to pay the October's rent next week on the 14th.
So how much are
then
you
I
gonna
have-
pay on the how much are you gonna pay on the 14th?
I can pay at least $1,800.
All right. So I'm gonna mark my file that you're gonna pay 1,800 by the 14th. Well, and try to get that in early on the 14th. I will adjourn
Okay.
this matter out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse if everything's not paid. I'd suggest that you may reach out to the landlord or to the attorney's office, see if you can arrange something for the rest of the balance. All right?
Gotcha. I appreciate
All
it.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Thomas Brown.
PC Matthew for the plaintiff.
Thomas Brown, they are not present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. This matter is actually going to be a dismissal, so we'd ask for that to be dismissed.
Okay. All right. Case is dismissed. Plaintiff's motion. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Tina Carico.
PC Matson for the plaintiff.
Tina Carico, they are not present. If it's on a dismissal, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do request entry of a default possession only judgment in this matter. Rent to retain is $1,776.25. Cost of $186 for a total of $1,962.25 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Michelle Ferrulo.
PC Matson for the plaintiff.
All right. Yes, she's here. She's got a CMH with her.
Yes, sir.
With her. Oh, there she is. Miss Ferrulo. I know I mispronounced your name.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you. All right.
I want Manny DeBono to speak on my behalf.
Okay. Yes, you have I see that you have somebody from.
I'm from the health department, Your Honor.
Got it. Okay. Let's do it this way. What is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $1,009.56. Court cost of $186 for a total of $1,195.56.
All right. And what did you want to say regarding that?
We would like to ask the Arbor Woods office to please review the ledger. The ledger is not correct at all.
Okay. All right.
This
What are
woman
the
has-
parts that,
Do you want me to go into it further?
well, not in great detail, but what are you saying is not correct? So they at least have a
Yeah.
reference for it.
Yes, so she paid May rent. She was not credited for May rent. She was told her money order came back with insufficient funds on a money order. Western Union showed the money order was cashed. She received insufficient funds fee, check return fee, late fee, all
I
from
gotcha.
May
So
rent.
I don't know we had another case like this, I think, Ms. Matson, so it might be that same, I don't know.
I do
think it was
recall that, and I do believe it was around the same time frame, so I can,
It was around the same, okay.
yeah.
Yes, and
Okay, so we got you on that. And here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna adjourn this out November 14th, 2025 at
Your
3
Honor,
p.m.
is there any possible way you could do it the following week? I'm going to be out of town that week. I've been working with Miss Ferrulo for 2 years. I'd really like to be there for her.
Your Honor, we would be agreeable to 2 weeks.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much.
And even if they weren't, I was gonna do it anyway, but I was just gonna let them answer.
Okay.
Anyway, all right. So that's gonna be the 21st.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna adjourn it to November 21st, 2025. That will be at noon.
Thank you so much.
All right. In person. All right.
Okay.
Okay, you take care. Have a great weekend.
Thanks. You too.
Me too.
Arbor Woods versus Elisa Franklin.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Elisa Franklin, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is
I'm
$5,000.
here.
Oh,
Oh, hold on. What's your name, ma'am?
Lisa Franklin.
Okay, so she's here. You got her.
Uh-huh.
Okay, do you have a camera, ma'am? You'll need to turn that on.
Okay.
All right. What is
Hold on.
plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, we have rent to retain of $5,562.30. Cost of $186 for a total of $5,748.30.
All right. And Miss Franklin, how
Yes,
are
I'm
you
trying to-
intending on getting that paid?
On the 17th, that's how, we'll just pay the difference and stuff. So.
I'm
if you-
sorry?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. So the 17th is when, get paid and then we'll be able to pay, what's owed.
Okay, so you think it can be paid in full by the 17th?
Yes.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
I can't adjourn it out past the 14th right now. So I'm gonna
Mhm.
I'm going to adjourn it to the 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. So you'll have to
Okay.
come down to the courthouse. What I
Okay.
would suggest, if you got proof that that payment's coming in, that you
Mhm.
contact the attorney's office or your landlord to
Okay.
see what you can work out, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you on the 14th.
Okay.
Arbor Woods versus Melinda Harrison.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Melinda Harrison, they are not present. You may proceed.
Your Honor, this is actually a dismissal without prejudice.
All right. That case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. Arbor Woods versus Marcus Hollis.
Casey Matson. Oh,
All right, Mr. Hollis, I'll need a camera, but while we're doing that, what is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, rent to retain is $3,500.31. Court cost of $186 for a total of $3,686.31.
All right, I don't have a sticker on this. Okay, sir, how are you intending on getting that paid? Mr. Hollis, I can't hear you.
Just need a couple weeks to pay it.
Are you good? What do you mean a couple weeks to pay it?
I'm gonna pay. Well, I got a month behind because I moved in on the 28th and they charged me a full month rent.
Okay, I'm not sure on that, but so.
But I could pay a whole month
When
by
are
Friday.
you intending on paying this, sir?
2 weeks.
Well, I can't give you 2 weeks, so you're gonna have to come up with a plan that's gonna be approved by the landlord. So you're gonna either have to call the attorney's office or call your landlord and try to work something out. Next
Okay.
time, if you appear via Zoom, you've got to have a camera that I just told you to turn on. So I'm
Okay.
adjourning this out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you got to come down to the courthouse. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Latanya Ingram.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Ingram, they are not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $3,670.80. Cost of $186 for a total of $3,856.80. That would be a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Ashley Irwin.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Ashley Irwin, not here. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're requesting entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $1,846.21. Cost of $186 for a total of $2,032.21 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested, writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Lakeisha Sanders.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Ms. Sanders, I'll need you to unmute and turn your camera on, please. Is she answering? Ms. Sanders?
Yes.
Okay. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $3,208.27. Cost of $186 for a total of $3,394.27.
Ma'am, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm gonna pay $1,300 next week, and then I need 2 weeks for the balance.
What day next week are you paying the $1,300?
Wednesday.
By the 12th?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so pay that. I'll adjourn this out 1 week, try to work something out with the landlord. You can call the attorney's office or you can call the landlord to work out how you're gonna get the balance paid. I'm gonna
Okay.
adjourn this out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to appear down at the courthouse on that date, okay?
Okay. Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Sherelle Watkins.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Watson, you got him or no?
No.
They're not here, so you may proceed.
Your Honor, we request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $1,725.82. Cost of $186 for a total of $1,911.82. That'd be a writ to issue in 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff by default for possession, redemption amount in the amount requested. Writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Raquel Webster.
I'm here, Your Honor.
All right, I'll need a camera, ma'am. And while you do that, Ms. Matson, what is the plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, we were made aware yesterday that there was some issues with some money orders being incorrectly applied. So we would just request adjournment to allow for that to get straightened out. So we have a better understanding of the accurate numbers.
When I spoke
Okay.
to the front office yesterday, Crystal, she said that my balance was at zero. I don't know what was going on with the money orders. I guess she said they were being applied to a different bank account that they have. So I don't know.
Okay, here's what I'll do, Ms. Webster. I'll adjourn this out to the 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, but let the attorney's office check into that. If indeed what you say is the case, that it's zero, you don't need to appear, it's gonna be dismissed. But check with them just to make sure, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Have a blessed one.
You do the same. Arbor Woods versus Matthew Welch.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff, Your Honor. We would request that this matter be dismissed without prejudice.
This case is dismissed. That's without prejudice
Thank you, Your Honor.
on the motion of the plaintiff. Arbor Woods versus Renisha Yarborough.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Renisha Yarborough. Not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We would ask that this matter be dismissed without prejudice, however, preserving the balance of $186.
186. Got it. This case is dismissed. That's without prejudice. The balance is reserved. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus April Tubb Streeter and Elise Streeter.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm here.
Okay. Been here before. You know I need a camera, but I'll wait. I won't wait for that. We'll go ahead. Okay.
I'm here.
Yep, there you are. Okay. What's the claim?
Your Honor, we have rent to retain of $2,612.28, cost of $242 for a total of $2,854.28.
Your Honor,
Okay.
I have $500 today. I wanted to pay $800 on the 14th, and we'll have the remaining balance paid by the 30th.
Okay, let's do it this way. You got 500 that you're gonna pay today?
Yes.
Okay, pay that today to the landlord.
Okay.
You're gonna have 800, you said, by the 14th?
Yes.
Okay, can you pay that early in the day for me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, if we can get that early on the day, then that'd be about 1,300 of that amount. Okay. And then what I'll do is I'll adjourn this out 1 week to the 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing.
Okay.
Contact the attorney's office or your landlord, see if you can work something out for the balance. Okay.
Okay, I will when I take it in. I will.
Okay. And but we'll see you on that day.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank you.
blessed weekend and be safe.
You do the same.
Thank you.
Arbor Woods versus Jeffrey Ackland.
Casey Matson.
And Okupun Ackland.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff. Your Honor, we do request that this matter be dismissed without prejudice.
Case is dismissed. That's without prejudice on plaintiff's motion. Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus Linda Lockhart.
Rejected.
Linda Lockhart, Jenny Caldwell, or Larry Lockhart. No one is present. You may proceed.
Your Honor, there's somebody with Samsung name who was
Who
trying
you
to
think?
talk into the camera.
All right. I see who you're.
Well, there's two with Samsung username, but
All right. If you're on this case, there you see someone with Samsung, just wave your hand for a moment.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Okay. It's the other Samsung. All right. What's your name, ma'am?
Linda Lockhart.
Okay. What is plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $1,937.43, cost of $298 for a total of $2,235.43.
Okay. Ms. Lockhart, how are you guys intending on getting this paid?
We're reaching out for help with DHS to help me get this paid.
Okay. So have you talked to the people at Hawk?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. They were on the video when we showed it to you. There's also paperwork with the document you received.
Okay.
Okay, you should call them. My understanding is there's some funding available. That number is 961-1999.
961 $19.99.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And see if they can assist you. Now, did you,
Okay.
you did an SCR?
STR.
Well, you went to
What-
DHHS?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So how many people are in your house?
6.
Okay. So with 6 people in your house, if they award you the maximum, you can get a little over $1,000, about $1,040 is the maximum amount that they will pay. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So what you'll need to do, Ms. Lockhart, is also in your packet. There's a document called a rental assistance form.
Okay.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so that form, you'll need to fill that form out, put your DHS tracking number on it, and
Okay.
submit that to the court by Wednesday of next week.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And I'll adjourn this out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, okay? So you'll have to come down to
Okay.
the courthouse. All right?
Okay. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
You too. Arbor Woods versus Timothy Kisner. And Carol Kisner and Barbara Avila. Kisner, Avila. No one's present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $2,758.97. Cost of $354 for a total of $3,112.94. It's a writ to issue after 10 days. Your Honor, there was a 4th defendant, I believe.
Oh, is there? Mine only lines up 3. Okay. And Jose Avila. They are also not present. Go ahead. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with the writ to issue in 10 days. Northfield Estates versus Cheryl Cornett.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
Cheryl Cornett. They are not present. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $2,689.32. Cost of $113 for a total of $2,902.32 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount in the amount requested. Writ to issue in 10 days. Northfield Estates versus Justin Grabowski.
Good morning, Your Honor. Justin Grabowski's here.
All right, he's here. What is plaintiff's claim?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $5,049.32. Cost of $213 for a total of $5,262.32.
All right. And sir, how are you intending on getting this paid?
I plan on paying it if it's acceptable over the next. I would hope to pay it off in the next 3 Thursdays. I had a lot of hardships that came up between the end of August through this morning, actually, when I put my my dog down. Because of a lot of different, basically from the end of August through now today, it's just a lot of money that's been going out for a lot of emergency reasons. I had a car. Yeah, my engine blew on my one car. So then I was renting a car for $1,200 a month. I had my dog had major surgery for cancer. I spent upwards of 15 grand for his services. And like I said, we had, unfortunately, it was this morning of all days to have to put him down. And then, so the total is just a lot of money. My income's good. I don't foresee another issue to catch this up. Yes, sir.
Sir, this upcoming Thursday, how much are you gonna pay?
My I don't know exactly what's coming in for, because I'm a 1099. I might be able to pay the entire 3,600, which was the original balance due before the third month of rent was going to be paid. But I can, if I needed to break it down, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000 over the next 3 Thursdays.
All right, so sir, here's what I'm gonna do. I can't arrange that. You can work that out with the lawyer's office or the landlord.
Okay.
I'll indicate that you're gonna pay a minimum of $2,000 thereabouts. I understand what you're saying, by the 13th.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yes, Your
next
Honor.
Thursday. And then I'm going to adjourn this out to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. But in the interim, I'd suggest that you contact your landlord or their attorney and see if they can work this out by a conditional dismissal regarding those payments, okay?
Okay. Thank you very much. I
All right.
appreciate your time. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Northfield Estates versus Tammy Warden. Tammy Warden? I have no response. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We do request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $448.64. Court costs of $213 for a total of $661.64 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with a writ issue 10 days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls case the Sylvan Crossing versus Andre Marshall.
Mr. Mattson for the plaintiff.
Andre Marshall, no response. You may proceed.
Your Honor, we do request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $3,459.65. Cost of $194 for a total of $3,653.65 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff. That is by
Hello?
default for possession. Hello?
I was trying to say hello. This is Tammy Warden. I've been on here since 10 o'clock. I'm not sure what happened. Can you see me? What's going on?
That's which one?
I can unmute you.
All right. Hang
Hello?
on a second. Hang on a second, Ms. Warden. On the Marshall matter, court will grant a judgment by default for possession with the redemption amount is requested with the writ issue in 10 days. All right, I'll recall the case of Northfield Crossing versus Warden. Ms. Warden, there's a total amount of $661.64. When do you think you can get that paid?
Well, that's this month's rent, and it'll be paid some this Friday and some next Friday. That's not past due rent.
Well, it's past due because we're in the month. So when are you gonna get it paid?
300 will be paid today.
How much? I'm
300?
sorry, you're breaking up.
I know, I'm sorry,
300?
bad service at work. 300 today,
Okay,
and then the remaining amount the next Friday, which they gave me till the 17th when I spoke with another lady.
okay, but you think you're gonna pay it by the 14th?
It'll be completely paid by then, yes.
Okay, so do this for me. If you can pay that early in the day, okay,
Uh-huh.
I'll mark the file that that's what you're gonna do. Try to get that paid early in the day. I won't enter the judgment, but what I will do is I will adjourn this matter out to the 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing, so you'll need to come down to the courthouse unless everything's paid off. But you got to make sure
Okay.
everything's paid.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank
All
you.
right. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sylvan Crossing versus Douglas Paul.
Casey Mattson for the plaintiff.
Douglas Paul, not checked in. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. We request entry of a default possession only judgment. Rent to retain is $843.44. Cost of $194 for a total of $1,037.44 with a writ to issue after 10 days.
Judgment to the plaintiff, that is by default for possession. Redemption amount is in the amount requested with a writ to issue in 10 days. Arbor Woods versus Bishop, Arbor Woods versus Stewart, Arbor Woods versus Thompson, Arbor Woods versus David Waters, and Arbor Woods versus Kimberly Waters. Those matters are dismissed on plaintiff's motion without prejudice. I have a recall. I think Mr. Musa came down to the courthouse. Something happened with his Wi-Fi. So let me recall his case. Spice Street Apartments versus Fatma Musa.
Casey Matson for the plaintiff.
All right. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, what's plaintiff's claim in this case?
Your Honor, I have rent to retain of $2,913.39. Court costs of $169 for a total of $3,082.39.
All right. And Mr. Musa, how are you intending on getting that paid?
I'm working on it. I believe it will be paid by Monday if we brought current. I'm
By
not
Monday?
Sure. I'm not sure just because I'm still working some things out. But I wanted to give an explanation as to why, because I've been in your court for eviction about 6 times this year, right? And it's always been paid, but this time it may be, I don't know. Anyway, a complaint was submitted to the State of Michigan Department of Insurance and Financial Services regarding my ongoing plight, and which has made it difficult for me to pay my rent. One of the defendants in that claim or in that complaint is the City of Ann Arbor Municipal. The complaint outlines over 18,000 building code violations over a 10-year span, as well as a unlawful eviction from our business, fraud, insurance fraud, perjury, racketeering, extortion.
Are you saying this about Spice Tree?
No. I'm saying this is about the complaint I submitted yesterday.
Your
Which
Honor,
is in regards to my paying rent. Does that make sense?
Okay, why are you telling me this?
Because the City of Ann Arbor is a part of this case?
No, this is the city of this property doesn't even reside in the city of Ann Arbor.
What do you mean? It does reside in the City of Ann Arbor.
Pardon?
It is in the City of Ann Arbor.
Your Honor,
Okay, you want to correct me on that? No, it's not. It's in Pittsfield Township. If you want to go to the city of Ann Arbor, go on the other side of US 23.
I'm just reading the
Probably
summons, Your Honor.
Pittsfield. You live in Pittsfield Township.
I'm just reading the summons.
Here's what I'm going to do. This is the amount that's owed. If it's going to be paid, you need to do that or pay it or work something out with the landlord. I'll adjourn this matter to November 14th, 2025 at 3 p.m. That's an in-person hearing. You'll need to be down at the courthouse. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
thank you, Your
I
Honor.
think that's it for you, Ms. Manson. I am impressed we actually got through that.
It was quite large today.
Yes, it was. All righty.